Hey, welcome back to another video. This one is Tule Homestead. It is just north of Lake Pleasant in Arizona. It's like a very old cabin from the early 1900s that was basically used as a place for a miner to live while he went out and did his thing out in the mountains by Lake Pleasant. It's a pretty cool site. It hasn't been restored or anything like that. It was just preserved as it was. With me today, I have my buddy in his GX550 Overtrail Plus, and another buddy came along today in his 2022 5th Gen 4runner Charity Off-Road Premium. For those that care, the GX is running 34-inch Mickey Thompsons, and the 4runner is running 32-inch BF Goodrich. Sorry for the footage here, but I did not put the stabilizer on when I picked it up off the ground. That was a very noob move on my part. I'm doing my best. I'm learning a lot on how to record the right footage at the right time, and editing, things like that. I'm not trying to be over the top, so this video will probably be just pretty basic and I guess, as you can say, raw. With some music. You can tell between the speeds of all our vehicles, the 4runner with the lift is more confident, is able to clear some of the obstacles, whereas me and the Lexus, we're a little more cautious that just because this new platform has less ground clearance, especially in up front. So with this footage, I'm using a DJI Osmo Action camera. You can tell how good the software is at studying the footage. Earlier, I did not have this feature turned on. The camera I use has a Rocksteady and Rocksteady Plus. I assume the Rocksteady Plus is for more extreme motorsports, such as mountain biking, motocross, and things like that. And I'm pretty impressed with how well this camera is performing with my hand outside the window holding the camera. And right here, it's a little shelf road, but it descends into the creek bed. And from here, you drive upstream to get to the other side of the creek to continue on the Tule Homestead. I think when you look back at what you just saw there, the front passenger tire, the brake was applied, but the vehicle didn't respond how it should have. I think in scenarios like that, it's best to lock the center diff on descents like that to control the speed a little more. Even though it might seem easy, but you can break out into a slide and maybe cause some sort of damage, or just hit a drop a little harder than you expect. I'll take that as a lesson learned. The 5th gen has a lot of clearance here with that 3-inch Bilstein lift. And I got my 2 dogs out just so they can get out and stretch their legs. They like going on trips like this. Kind of surprises me. There's the creek. Pretty surprised there's water. It's just kind of dry, but it's a good site. It's good for wildlife. Good for the vegetation. And here I'm just driving a little slow. I got the dogs in the back and I don't want them getting car sick on me. Plus, I just found out that the tires I have are on recall notice, so now that kind of got in my head a little bit when I was thinking about these drivers. I've had these for around 13,000 miles, but actually 15,000. Just checked the receipt and I got these installed around 8,000 miles into ownership. And I'm around 22,000 miles on the odometer today. Yeah, I'll have to call the shop and get those swapped out. Hopefully they won't give me a hard time. I didn't record me coming up this section, but the camera doesn't do it justice. But there's what it looked like was a pretty gnarly dip. But of course on camera it doesn't look as bad. But I figured since it's kind of narrow, we won't dip too much into it, but you can see the GX kind of dipped its tires into it. And we kind of ride the ridge a little bit.
It wasn't too bad, I guess. Rewheeling.
You see the good chain got a little bouncy in there. Looks like due to the lift, it's losing a lot of the down travel. So some tires were getting put in the air. You know, this section, sorry the footage seems warped, but I didn't have Rocksteady on. But that was a pretty big sized dip right there. You could stand in it and it would be up to your waist, so we kind of drove around it and made sure our back tire didn't slide into it. Then here, a nice little V-notch section. So yeah, we kind of guided our way up. Some of these rocks were sticking out a little high, and I didn't want too much damage for my skid blade or the rock sliders if I didn't have to. Just before that last section, you could see my passenger rear tire kind of could have got off the ground a little bit, but it didn't. But you can see the difference with the GX and the EKDSS system, and also probably the 1-inch factory lift, that it stays more planted. That's what I've been seeing overall with this GX platform. It's more planted when the EKDSS kicks in and unlocks the sway bars. Yeah, the 4runner got a little too close to the hole. You could see there he kind of started turning into it. Was able to straighten out and keep on coming forward. And I was trying to see in the other footage if that driver rear tire got off the air for us. I don't think it did. At least it wasn't audible for the GX and Land Cruiser. Here, I didn't record the ascent because we kind of just were trying to get this trail over with. I mean, it's bumpy and rocky, and we're kind of exhausted after a while. But on the way back, I recorded the descent, and based on the camera angle, it's like looking straight up in parallel with it, so you can't really get a sense of how high this waterfall section really is. That's a bummer. We have to go out and maybe get a taller tripod so you can visually see how tall this section is and how steep. Yeah, taking it slow again. I got the dogs in the back, and of course I was the first one down. But hopefully you enjoy this footage. Please like, comment, subscribe, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think. I'd like to hear from you. Thanks.